Greetings, people. It's Mr. Pooh the Trigger yet again on another episode of the Enlightenment series. So, the big question is, the question that is in Jeremiah Omoto's camp today, right now, as we speak, is who is the mole in the team? Who is leaking out information? Who is backstabbing Papa J? Who has a secret vendetta or a secret agenda against Papa J? Inasmuch as Papa J is a prophet, inasmuch as he can see things that no one else can see, he can't figure out who from his team is giving me information. Who from his team is leaking out information, confidential information. The one that shook them the most, the one that struck them off balance, was the one of this clown, the one that is campaigning to be a governor, this beggar, this clown of a man, this disgrace of a man. When I brought out that information and those pictures, because those pictures, when a beggar was getting Ruth arrested, nobody has them except the very, very close people to Jeremiah Omoto for fame, and maybe the very few bloggers that he uses to do damage control for him. So when such information starts getting to my hands and I start bringing it out to the public, it makes Jeremiah Omoto crack. It makes Jeremiah Omoto worried as to who amongst these people is doing this. Okay, before I go any further, because what I'm going to do on this episode, I'm going to give Jeremiah Omoto hints as to who could be the mole. Of course, when I give him hints, I'm not going to give him the people on a silver platter or the culprit on a silver platter. I just want him to think through and think hard, and I just want him to step back. I'm not giving him these hints so that he can maybe start pulling triggers on people. Trust me, the hints that I'll give him, they will not be enough for him to execute anything. But they are hints that will make him stop. The reason why I'm giving him the hints as to who could be sending me the information, these will be accurate hints, proper hints. But amongst those people, it's only one or two of them that is leaking information. Someone very close, someone he trusts so much. And the reason why I'm bringing this to his attention is so that he can stop, so that he can calm down, so that he can take it easy, so that he can reevaluate all the decisions, the wrong decisions that he has made thus far, so that he can introspect, so that he can think about his future, so that he can think about baby testimony. Because one thing I can tell Mr. Omoto is people are not happy. They might be clapping for him in the public, but in their private spaces, they are not happy. They are not happy not because of one or two things, but they are not happy because of what is being unveiled concerning the abduction of baby testimony. People of Mercy City, they are finally coming to the conclusion. They are finally opening their eyes to the truth. They are finally connecting the dots. They are finally putting the entire puzzle pieces together. They have no iota of doubt now that their father knows something or has something to do with the abduction of baby testimony. People may be gullible. His followers may be gullible. They may still be defending him in the comments. But one thing I can assure you, one thing I can tell you for real, they are all at crossroads. They are so undecided right now whether they should keep on following Jeremiah Omoto for fame or they should make a U-turn, or they should quit this whole prophetic nonsense altogether. That's the situation that is Jeremiah Omoto's people are in currently, right now. From his leadership to his very, very close associates in church, and to those who want to who rededicate their lives to God, and those ones who have some senior positions, they are now beginning to see something wrong in this shrine called Mercy City. Have you noticed how Omoto has lost confidence altogether? It's not something that I'm proud of. I don't want the men to go down this way. The reason why I'm putting pressure on Omoto for fame is so that he can do the needful concerning the case of baby testimony. It's so that he can let his guard down, he can let his ego down, and do what needs to be done. And we'll be done with him. But the point where we've pushed Omoto now, it's no longer easy for him to do what he could have done on the 26th of March when he gave that prophecy that this missing baby will come out from anywhere. When he gave a prophecy and asked his gullibles that what will you do if this baby comes out? When he was asking his followers if they are ready to celebrate, where we've pushed him now is at a point whereby he's absolutely lost himself. He wants to do the right thing, but he does not know how anymore. They want to release baby testimony, but they are now uncertain of the outcome. They don't know what will happen. They don't know how the entire scene will play out. Considering the fact that there's Mr. PDT on the other side of the table and so many intellectuals in the comment section watching and observing, and just a few other bloggers out there that will critique. It's making him think twice. It's making him skeptical. Just the thought of it, that, okay, this baby is probably now 5 and some months old, 5.5 months old. He's a big boy now. And trust me, chances are he recalls what might have transpired from the day of his abduction, or he might not have the full details. But at 5.5 years, he can connect dots. He can tell a story. He can give a testimony. He can answer questions. He can remember faces. He can talk about things that he witnessed, things that he experienced. Because right now, he might have grown in another family setup that made him believe that whoever that he is staying with are his biological parents. He might have been introduced in an entirely different family setup that made him maybe just forget a little bit about his biological mother. And he might have gotten a little bit comfortable to a point whereby some things might be making sense to him. But with this force and with this pressure and with this inspiration that we are having on a daily basis for his justice, one thing I can tell you is his spirit is not settled. He might be waking up, eating, dressing up, and doing all the basic, but his spirit is not settled. Baby testimony spirit is not settled. Hence this chaos. Everything will only make sense to baby testimony when he finally meets the mother and the biological brothers. That's when he will be restored to the original baby testimony. Until then, his spirit will keep on roaming around Mercy City. His spirit will keep on pushing me. His spirit will keep on inspiring So many mothers in Nigeria, not just in Nigeria, all over the world. So many other kids that are watching me. His spirit will keep on tormenting everyone who's behind this syndicate. And not until he's back with mommy and his brothers. This fight will go on. And that is the fear that these people have now. To say, what if he will expose us? What if he will talk the talk? Those are the advices that he was given on the 26th of March when he gave that prophecy. Because Omoto had so many options. Mercy City had so many options. So many ways. So many scripts that they could have played in releasing baby testimony. They could have dropped the boy at an orphanage. They could have dropped the boy in Igara. They could have hired anyone to just come out and say, I am the one who took baby testimony. They could have just chosen anyone to take the fall, paid the person huge sums of money. They have control in the police. They have control in the law enforcement. That person might not even have to go to prison. The same way they are paying the commissioner of police to prosecute Ruth Matthew, they could still pay for that person who would have taken the fall for them to just spend maybe a month or 2 months in prison, and they'll be released, take them out of the country. But at least it would be a win-win. They would have released baby testimony. The same way they did with God's love. Look how they dissolved the case of God's love. Where is God's love now? Who knows? What was the outcome of his court appearance? Because everything was made public. At inception, when they thought they had a card to play against Mr. PDT, they made everything public. It's only when they realized that Mr. PDT had it all under control, he was still the captain of the ship, that's when they started to keep everything chilled. That's why they stopped the publications. That's why they stopped broadcasting in television stations. And where is God's love now? Who knows? That's the same thing that they can do. They could have done. Could have just hired a random woman, a starving woman from Nigeria, say, listen, just agree, admit that you're the one who took baby testimony. Come and bring him during service. And I'll pray for you as a major prophet. And we'll celebrate victory at the end as you prophesied. Of course, we're going to critique it, but it was not going to last for a week. It was all going to be bygone. There's no way we could have been still talking about the case. It would have died in March. But because these people around Omoto for fame, they are benefiting from this crisis. The moment Omoto gets out of this crisis, these people will no longer have the opportunity to benefit. That's why I said I want to give Omoto for fame hints so that he can start looking and he can start thinking and he can stop and he can start analyzing. Maybe this can make him process this a little bit faster, and this may help him to make a quicker decision as to what to do with this case of baby testimony. Here's a scenario, Mr. Jeremiah. I want you to listen to me very carefully. There are people around you. They are eating simply because you are being exposed. There are people around you who do not want baby testimony to be found, who do not want you to take any action concerning baby testimony. They want to make sure that this case is prolonged forever. They want to make sure that this case stays alive forever. Because if this case stays alive forever, they'll keep coming to you and make suggestions that let's pay so and so and so. Let's do this damage control. And in the process, they are taking money from you. They are benefiting from that. They are benefiting from that. And those are the very same people, some of them, who are giving me this information that I'm bringing. And when I talk with people, sometimes I act dumb. They can text me with different anonymous numbers and tell me what they think they know or what they know concerning what is happening in Omoto's camp. And I just act like I do not know who I'm talking to. But it's easier for me to psychoanalyze people and to read patterns as to how certain people communicate. Hence, I told you that the people that are leaking information are not anywhere far from you. There are people that come out on social digital platforms defending you and fighting hard for you. But if I do not expose you, they will have no damage control to do for you. In that way, they cannot eat. I'll give you an example. Okay, I'll give you a short scenario. And I want you to tell me if what I'm saying is accurate or is false. This is just a gossip, right? But you, Omoto, you know if this is accurate or if this is not accurate. There's a certain lady called Blessing who has been staying at your hotel. What is the name of the hotel? I'll think about it. Maybe I'll write the name of the hotel here. Her name is Blessing. And Mama Fufe knows about her. She's been staying in room 20. And if Blessing you're watching, I know you know this to be true. And Blessing has been there. That is if she has not yet left. For more than 4 years. Staying in room 20. The question is, how does she afford to stay in that hotel of Jeremiah Omoto for fame? This very same Blessing. And Mr. Omoto, you don't stay at your house. You don't stay where your wife is, in Wari, in the CBD. You don't. You stay at the hotel. All the stage managing that you come to do to the public, to make people believe that you are happily married, just the same way Bushiri does, is just a gimmick to fool gullibles. But the true matter of the fact, you don't remember the last time you were home with your wife, the one that you parade in the public. And Miss Omoto Fofen, if you're watching this, you know this to be true. And Miss Omoto Fofen is not happy about this Blessing of a girl. Because this Blessing now has the audacity to challenge Miss Omoto Fofen. She talks to Miss Omoto Fofen anyhow. The wife does not have grounds to challenge this. When she has to come to the public and smile and laugh, she has to do it because this is the source of income. This is the drama that they're playing. This is where the billions are coming from. When they see the lovey-dovey scenes, it's not happening, people. And it's not only happening with Omoto. Bushiris, they do the same. All these prophets that you see, they just parade with their wives to the public. But behind the scenes, there is nothing happening. You wives of pastors, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not yet going to go deep into this matter because like I always tell people, I do not talk about scandals. Blessing is not a victim. She is maybe under a spell, but not unless she comes out to reveal or to expose Omoto, then I can go hard on Omoto, then we can expose it. But I'm just saying this as to give Omoto an idea of what I'm talking about. If Blessing loves you, then that's her own issue with you. But if Miss Omoto calls me and then she tells me that I have to advocate for her peace, then I will. The issue of Blessing is not the topic of the conversation. Like I said, I wanted to give Mr. Omoto Fofen a hint as to who could be the one giving me information about what is happening in Mercy City. I've seen your programs have been disrupted. I don't know why you're no longer broadcasting on your Facebook. You last broadcasted on the 26th of September. And maybe it's because of the lack of trust that is amongst you and your people. But they always say that the fear of Mr. PDT is the beginning of all wisdom. But you choose not to listen. You choose to pay a deaf ear to such kind of advices. Let me start with Prophetess Disgrace. Do you remember the video? The video when you send your delegation to Germany to go and bribe the family that had lost their 7-year-old child at your crusade. Do you remember that video? Where do you think I got that video? That was a very personal. I don't know if I'll post it here. That video when your delegation was bribing this family. Remember the story of the German story of 2 kids that died at Omoto's crusade. And after some time, after 3 years or 4 years, Omoto wanted to go back to Germany. So before he went back to Germany, he knew there was a case at the police, an investigation case of how this happened. Because after this happened, Omoto ran away from Germany before the investigation was done, or before the police had finished doing the investigations. So some time lapsed, and he wanted to go back to Germany and realized there was a case. And this woman, the mother of this child that died at Omoto's crusade, was still not at peace, the mother and the father. So Omoto had to send a delegation beforehand to go and bribe this family with a token of, do they call it consolation? Is it 1 million naira that he wanted to give to these people? The question I was asking is, that was a private video. No one has it, but I had it. I even posted about it, I think, some 6 months ago. But I'll just put a slide of it here so that I can stress the point that I want to stress. Where do you think I got that video? I got it from Prophetess Disgrace. She used a different number to send me that video. And when she sent me that video, she was telling me that look at what Omoto did after he sacrificed children in Germany. But she gave me this video and this information as if she was someone that was against you. Just so that I can come out and hit her on you, and then she can come and do damage control for you and act as if she's fighting for you. If Disgrace can dispute this, if she says she's not the one that gave me that video, and if she says when she sent me that video, she did not, because the chats are there. She told me explicitly that look at what this Jeremiah Omoto did after he sacrificed these 2 kids in Germany. Disgrace did it. It was only after some few months, and then she forgot that she had sent me a video with that number, and she changed her profile picture to the profile picture of that number with her own profile, with her own face, not knowing that I had saved that number as Omoto's informer. That's when I knew that this was Disgrace. If she says that she disputes this, let her come out and I'll prove it to her. I'm not saying she's the one that is giving me information now. I'm just giving you pointers, Mr. Jeremiah Omoto for fame, because these are the people that are making you feel like you shouldn't release baby testimony. The information about Ebega. How did I know about Ebega? How did I get those pictures? On this one, I will not give you a direct hit. But I want you to look at Doris Ogala. I want you to look at the Mickey Mouse, the gentleman MC, and ladies, whatever. And I want you to look at Ebega himself. Before I tell you who did, I would just want you to look at them. Have you wondered why the Mickey Mouse only came out to do damage control on that particular issue of Ebega? He only did that one video because he was feeling less important in your camp and he needed something to do damage control on. I'm not saying he's the one who sent me or who's sending me or who gave me information about Ebega. and how Ebega is extorting money from you, and how you have meetings with Ebega and Ebega tells everyone to leave, and how Ebega is using a fake ID claiming that he is a war veteran or something of that sort. I'm not saying it's MC whatever who gave me, but I'm just saying think about MC, analyze MC. Gentlemen and ladies, the Mickey Mouse. And then we have Ogala. Ogala has more than 100 numbers, WhatsApp numbers. Ogala literally feeds on solving problems for you. Problems which you cannot even solve. The first time Ogala, okay, every time Ogala wants to do damage control for you, he will tell you that let's pay bloggers to sell this narrative. If I'm not accurate in what I'm saying, Omoto, you know for a fact how you deal with these people. How many times has Ogala come to you and say, let's pay for this, let's pay for that, let's pay for this, let's pay for this? There's something hot, there's something cooking. We need money to pay Dada, we need money to pay Chidi, we need money to pay Solomon Izang. We need to pay money to pay this blogger and this blogger and this blogger so that we can sell this narrative. How many times? With her 100 numbers, what are the chances that she's also extracting information from your camp and she's sending it to me so that I can come and talk about it, so that she can come back to you and say, let's do damage control? I know she has been promising you and telling you that, you know what, I'm talking to Prof X and I told Prof X that I'm going to meet him in court. There's no court that this Ogala can meet me in. She's so scared to even file up a court petition. If she has what it takes, what has kept her so long to be in court? At first, she said she was working with EFCC. Second, she said everything that she did, she was with the police. What is stopping her and the police and the EFCC to come and take Mr. PDT to court and accuse Mr. PDT of fraud? Because she claims that I stole her at 3,000, right? She claimed that I scammed her. What's stopping Ogala from presenting or from actually prosecuting me? She only comes to you, Omoto, to make her feel like she's a lioness, that she got things under control. Ogala has nothing under control. She just has a big mouth, but she takes no action. Don't allow her to come and bulldoze you and make you feel comfortable on this case of baby testimony. I know you bankrolled Ogala and Chidi to do a useless investigation on Ruth Matthew, which never yielded any results. Right now, Ogala has been going around saying people do not know Ruth. Ruth is a liar. Ruth is this. But where is the evidence which shows that Ogala is actually doing an investigation to find out that Ruth Matthew was lying? So the question is, what are the chances that she is sending information to Mr. PDT with different anonymous numbers so that I can light up the heat, turn up the heat, so that she can come to you and say, let's do damage control? What are the chances? I'm not saying she's the one, but I'm just saying examine these people, because these are the people that are making you comfortable and stopping you from doing the needful. We have Daniel. I think I've spoken with Daniel. We have chatted. He has called me several times. Sometimes I give Daniel the benefit of the doubt. There's a point where he sounds like he's concerned about baby testimony. But at the end of the day, you know, his gullibility, he always end up defending Jeremiah Omoto for fame. Daniel did what he did. He did his own investigation. I'm not going to reveal it here because I promised him that everything that I discussed with him, I will not bring it to the public. And I'm a man of my word. My word is my bond. I only strike back. I don't strike. I don't strike first. And Daniel claims to have done an investigation which can prove that Omoto is innocent, or which can prove that Ruth Matthew lied about certain things. And I'm still waiting. We're still waiting for Daniel to get to a point whereby he can bring his findings to the public of what he discovered, and then we'll take it from there. He shared with me what he discovered, but I don't have the liberty to bring it up. Like I told you, I gave him my word that, my man, if you say I shouldn't share what you're sharing with me, then I'll allow you to be the first to share what you discovered or what you investigated, and we'll take it from there. I know Daniel is coming, he's trying so hard to do meetings with Omoto, to convince Omoto that he's also talking to me, so that he can also have a certain status. I don't know what his agenda or what his motive, only him knows. Because to me, he always says, I don't want money, I'm not doing this for money. I don't care whether he's doing it for money or not, but whatever he's doing, if it can lead us to baby testimony, I'll be glad. I'll still say kudos to him. So we do not know the role Daniel is playing. But I'm just saying, Mr. Omoto Fofane, evaluate everyone. And then we have Ebega himself. Ebega is a skelem. Ebega is a con artist. Ebega is a liar. Nothing about Ebega is legit. This campaigning governor, the one that went to arrest Sister Ruth Matthew, Ebega is a gold digger. Ebega has nothing of his own. He just wants to benefit from your numbers, from your endorsements, and he just wants you to support his political career. So chances of Ebega creating problems for you, they are very high. Ebega knows that he can only be relevant in your life if you are in hot soup. Because Ebega lies to you that he knows this, he gets things done. That's why he's the one who even went to arrest Sister Ruth Matthew. People like that are dangerous. Ebega, Doris Ogala, even Daniel, Disgrace, that Mickey Mouse. Come on, this bush boy called Dada, don't worry about him. He's just a young bush boy who's seeking your approval. He just wants to have access to you. But he's nothing to worry about. Just send him some money sometimes, 500,000, it's even too much. 50,000, 45 to 50,000, it's enough for him. But don't worry about this one. He's not a threat. All the time that he's been doing damage control for you, trying to say, Papa J this, don't touch Papa J, don't call out Papa J. He was just seeking desperately for your attention. Or maybe to just have a direct line of yours so that he can be calling you and say, Papa J. But this one is not worth giving money. Don't worry about it. And we have the Emeka. Those ones are just rubbish boys. Don't pay attention. He can never do that to you, that one. He's just an empty vagabond. He does not even know what he's doing. That Emeka boy, the one that calls himself the Don of nonsense. Don't worry about that one, Omoto. He's not a threat to you, that one. He's just a vagabond, a desperate young boy who has no purpose. He's just doing that shrine, running that shrine, but he does not even know where he's headed. He's going so fast in the wrong direction. He has traveled thousands and thousands of miles in the wrong direction. By the time he realizes that he's going the wrong direction, it will be too late. He will perish there wherever he will land. But these four people that I mentioned to you, be careful of them. Amongst them, that's where your more is. And I'm only saying this not because I don't want them to keep sending me stuff, but I'm saying this because the more I keep on entertaining them, the longer it's going to take for us to get baby testimony. Because they'll keep on making Omoto comfortable. They'll keep on promising Omoto that they'll solve this, they'll fix this. I will choose not for them to send me any information and get baby testimony so fast by exposing them. And if any one of them that I've mentioned, disputes what I'm saying, let them say it, and then I will prove it. But all I'm saying is, Omoto, keep your eyes very open. These people, they don't have your best interests. They want you to remain in this hot soup that you are in right now, because I can tell you, my brother, you are in hot soup. And we'll keep on turning the fire up until we get our boy. It's a win-win. We get our boy, we let you go. We don't get our boy, asante sana papa. So la la la. We are in this together. We'll never let you go. So be very careful of these people that I've mentioned to you. I know they have their own agendas. I know they're the ones that are making you feel okay. But the okay that you're feeling is only leading to your destruction. So it's up to you. I've given you an open check. Audit your team. I know you'll find them all on your own. Dig deeper. Because I'm going to bring so many. I'm going to bring deep stuff. The only reason I'm talking like this is because I have too much now. I don't need more. I have too much now. I don't need more. So if they bend, they bend. So that's my advice to my brother, Omoto for Fame. Let's work together. Let's get baby testimony out as soon as possible. And stop listening to these ones. They don't mean you no good. They want to see you fall. They know you're falling. They know you're going down. But they want to make sure that they milk you. They want to make sure that they rip you off before you go down. They want a share of these proceeds of crime that you have. These proceeds of religious crime that you have. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Till I meet you again on the next episode of the Enlightenment series. It's Mr. Pull the Trigger. I'm out.